Hello, this is Algebra 1, Lesson 56, and this lesson is going to cover finite and infinite sets, membership in a set, and rearranging before graphing. Finite means limited. It means it has boundaries. Infinite means boundless or unlimited. So if we say something is infinite, that would be like if we want to designate all the integers, that would be infinite. Remember how we've been doing that in a set, and we would say -3, we'd have the dot, dot, dot before it, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then we'd have dot, dot, dot. That means it keeps going on forever, and that would be considered an infinite set. A set with a finite number of members is a finite set. Sets that have infinite numbers of members are called infinite sets. Each number in a set is only listed once, so if we've got a list of numbers and it says designate the numbers as set B, we're going to write B, and then we have to use the little brackets, equals 0, 1, and 2. We only use them one time each. All right, represent the following number as members of set K. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to write K equals, and then I'll put my bracket, and I have 0, and then I've got 1, and I've got 2, and I've got 4, and 5, and 7. So I only have to list each number one time, even though they're in there multiple times. All right, so that's how you do that. Super easy. All right, represent these numbers as members of set L. Same exact thing. I'm going to say L equals, and then I've got my bracket, and I can do 7, 15. Notice that I don't have to put them in order. 0, 1, I've already used 15, 8, -13, and 42. So you can write it without putting them in numerical order. I usually like to put them in numerical order just because it makes it easier to make sure that you've gotten every single one of them. And it looks neater. All right. Given the sets A is 0, 1 through 5, B is blah, 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 C, are the following statements true or false? Okay, so these new symbols that right here, this one looks like an E, means that the number is a member of that set. This one with the slash through it means the number is not a member of that set. So 5 is a member of set A. So I'm going to look in set A, and there is a 5, so that one is true. 4 is a member of C. So I'm going to find C, and there's no 4 in there, so that one is false. Set C does not contain a 4. And then C, 5 is not a member of B. So B does not have a 5 in it, so that is true. 5 is not a member of set B. All right, pretty easy. Next part, all right, same thing. Given these sets, are the following statements true or false? 6 is a member of L. So I'm going to find L. Does it have a 6? No, it does not, so that one is false. 0 is a member of N. N does have a 0 in it. It's right there. All right, so that one is true. All right, so the next part is about rearranging your problem before you graph it. So this one gives us 3x plus 2y equals 4, and we want to have our y equals. It needs to be in the form of y equals mx plus b. All right, so we want our y term to come first, then our equal sign, then our x term, and then plus something. So the first thing I can do to rearrange this is get rid of this 3x by doing minus 3x. and minus 3x over here. I can't add it to that 4 because they're not like terms. I'm just moving it to the other side of the equal sign. So now I have 2y equals negative 3x plus 4. So now I'm in the right form, but I have to have y by itself. So I'm going to divide by 2 on every term. Those cancel, and I get y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4 divided by 2 would be 2. All right, now to graph this, I can make my little x and y chart. Okay, so if x is, let's say, negative 2, so let's say y equals negative 3 over 2 times negative 2 over 1 plus 2. What are we going to get for y? Those will cancel. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that would be all equal 3 plus 2, and that would be 5. So my y would be 5. All right. So all I'm doing is plugging in numbers here, just like when we graphed before. Let's try 0. If x equals 0, so we're going to say 2. Oh, whoops, I erased my problem there. We had y equals negative 3 over 2 plus 4. Or no, plus 2. There we go. Okay, so if it's 0, I'm going to say y equals, here's my x, negative 3 over 2 times x, which I'm saying is 0, plus 2. All that would make 0, plus 2 would be 2. All right, let's try 2. Y equals negative 3 over 2 times x, and I'm saying that x is 2 right there. So times 2 over 1 plus 2. Those cancel, and I get y equals negative 3 plus 2 would be y equals negative 1 right there. Alright, now I have enough to graph this. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Alright, so when my x is negative 2, my y is 3, so my x is over negative 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That would be there. And then I have my x is 0, so I'm going to be on the y line and go up 2. There. And then my x is 2, 1, 2, and my y is negative 1. That means I have to go down 1. That doesn't seem right. Hang on. Oh, I didn't go up high enough on this one. Backwards 2, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then that one's right there, and that makes my line. I want to draw a line. Not the right kind of line. I need a straight line. There we go. And there we go. Now we're graphed. Alright, so that's how you do that. It's just the same way we've been doing it, but you just have to rearrange your problem first. Alright, one more of these. Y minus x equals 0. So I got to rearrange that. I've got y minus x equals 0, and I need my y to be by itself. So I'm going to do plus x, and I get y equals x. Alright, so if I make an x and y chart for this one, it should be pretty easy. If x is negative 1 equals negative 1. If x is 0, y is going to be 0. If x is positive 1, y is positive 1. Alright, so then we're just going to graph that. So if x is negative 1, y is negative 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. You guys get the idea. Alright, so now we're going to run a line through there. There we go. So there's the graph of that line. All right, easy peasy. All right, pause the video and do the practice problems, and then I'll come back and work them. All right, so hopefully pause the video to do these practice problems. They're pretty easy. A right here represent the following numbers as being members of set K. So I'm just going to say K equals, and then I'm going to draw my little bracket. And I'm going to go in order. So I've got 0, 1, 3, 5, and 9. And there it is. There's the answer to that one. You just list each number one time. Alright, given these sets, determine if these statements are true or false. Alright, so A, 5 is a member of B. So I'm going to go to B. Yes, there's 5, so that one is true. 5 is not a member of C. So I'm going to go to C. And I can't see it. Okay, there we go. C, 5 is not a member of C. Nope, there's no 5 in group C, so that one is also true. 0 is a member of A. A has a 0, so that one's true. And then 3 is not a member of C. C does have a 3, so that one is false. Alright, pretty easy. C has us graph the following. Alright, so first we have to rearrange that. So we've got 2x minus 3y equals 6. So I'm going to get this 2x and move it to the other side. And now I've got negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Now I've got to divide by negative 3. Okay, those are going to cancel, and I'm going to get y equals, these negatives cancel, 2 over 3 x. 3 divided by 6 would be 2, and that'd be a negative 2. Alright, so then I'm going to make my little x and y chart. Alright, and if I put negative 3 in there, notice how I'm using whatever I've got on the bottom of my fraction. It's going to make it a lot easier because then it's going to cancel when I'm trying to multiply it. Alright, so I'm going to say y equals 2 over 3 times x, which would be negative 3 over 1 minus 2. Alright, those are going to cancel, and I'll have 2, that'll be negative 2, minus 2, which would be negative 4. Okay? Let's try 0. 0 usually works pretty good. So if I said y equals 2 over 3 times x, which is 0, minus 2, all that would just be 0, so that would be negative 2. And then let's try 3, positive 3. So y equals 2 over 3 times x, which would be 3 over 1. Minus 2. These 3's are going to cancel each other out. We're going to have 2 minus 2, and that would be 0. Alright, so now I just have to graph it. Our first point is negative 3, negative 4, so our x value is going backwards. So 1, 2, 3 backwards, and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be right there. Then we have our x value is 0, so we're not going to go back and forth at all, but we're going to go down 2. Be there. And then our x value is 3, so we're going to go over 3. And we won't go up and down at all because that's 0. 1, 2, 3. And there's our line. I can draw a line here. And your graph should look like that. Alrighty, so that is all the practice problems, and that's it for lesson 56. Thanks for watching. Bye.